Well, hello everybody. My name is Joe and welcome to my farm. Welcome to this number 5 boil of the 2024 maple syrup season. If you've been following along, yes, we all missed boil number 4. Boil number 4 was fast. Boil number 4 was a lot of work, just trying to keep everything cold. I did take some footages, more of a silent clips, and maybe I'll work those in. But it was fast, and then it was windy. That day I boiled, it was on a Tuesday. We were voting here in Michigan for primaries, and man, it was hot. It was 74 degrees or something like that, and it was super windy. The tripod was barely staying on the ground, and that chimney, even though it's fastened down, I was pretty afraid that it was going to tip over, so I was just going to get it done, get it filtered, and that yielded just past 2 gallons. So that puts us right around 10.5 gallons, and then we have boil number 5 here. We got frozen up right after that. On Wednesday, we got froze up. Really going into Tuesday night, it was 74 degrees, like I said. By morning, it was low 20s and stayed low 20s all day Wednesday. A little bit of snow on the ground. Getting towards the end here. And so Thursday came around, not much run. We were actually expecting a lot more run, but trees are frozen. Some of these trees are getting dried up with a 74-degree day. And so I went tapping. We went from 52 taps all the way up to about 65 taps just to try to get some sap. Today we had the local library district asked if we would host a small event, so we did some education today. So we use buckets that hang on the sides of trees, and then we also use drop tubes. So usually you'll hear people say, tap the south side of the tree. But if you look at our trees here, you can actually see different spots around where I tapped in the past. And I've got a small video clip I'll throw in there. We were trying not to have other people's children in our videos. And so did a little bit of education. Some people never had any experience, so that was a lot of fun. But because of that, we were entertaining, and we just didn't do a lot of the. I was really hoping to have a nice end of the season video, and that's okay. Those 40 or so people that were here, they had fun. The kids were playing on the play set. We got activities out in the woods. The kids zip line and all the trails. They're building forts. There's kids everywhere. There had to be 15 vehicles in my driveway, and it was a lot of fun. Took them out to the trees, talked about different methods of tapping, talked about pressures and what really gets the sap to come out. Took them to the cooker, talked about the evaporator and really the arch system. Even took them out and showed them the RO. Now, because I hadn't had much sap in the buckets, I really didn't do much collecting. So I actually collected this morning, and I collected 45 gallons this morning. Got the cooker set up. Whew. It was probably noon. I did start out the day by starting a couple burn piles in the woods. I've shared that we've been working on building a pasture, clearing the woods. So I started those fires early this morning, 9:30 or so. Nursed those for a while, cleaned out the garage, set up some tables, tried to sell some syrup, not much sold. But we were able to do that. Talked about the evaporator, took them out to the barn, and then I showed them that RO, and that RO was working. I did put 5 gallons in this pan when we started, 5 gallons in my warming pan, and the rest of it was at least 5 to 8%, and we were able to just process as needed. So that was encouraging to know that we could process as needed when we really needed to. There was a couple times I had to just dip into the big barrel and just to keep that hopper filled. But we're getting towards the end of it. How many gallons of sap? I don't know. There was one of my kids' coaches came out, and him and his son and one of my children just started going out and collected the little bit of drippings that came from about 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock. They went every single bucket through the woods and they just collected. So I don't know. I don't know how much they added to that 45 mark, whether it was 10 gallons or 15 gallons. We'll see, right? And so would like to be able to finish 2 gallons here. Really much less than 1.5 gallons in this pan. And finishing becomes pretty tight. And really by the numbers, it'll probably be that 1.5 gallon mark. But I might be surprised. I didn't do a whole lot of testing. Like I said, the stuff that I did test was about 2%. And so I'm rambling. I apologize, but it is what it is. I do appreciate everybody that came along and followed this season. I do appreciate the community that is built around syrupers, all different scales, from steam pans on concrete blocks to the early barrel stoves to the, I'll call this the advanced barrel stove, to the big cookers. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community, and I do appreciate becoming part of that community. We're gonna finish this up. Got to do a little filtering, and then clean up sometime. I'll probably go out in the next couple days and collect all the buckets, tubes, spiles, everything, and then I will start doing a cleanup probably on Saturday, maybe Friday, but probably Saturday. Usually cleanup is about 4 to 5 hour, just hot soapy water, rinse everything down. I will do my hydrogen peroxide rinse on the RO membranes and store those away, and just get the season kind of wrapped up, tucked back away. Future, I know that from the time spent with this, I need to disassemble the inside of this. I do have a couple pieces of angle iron that have the weld, must have been done by a shop teacher or something, and so that weld is broke loose, so I need to heat it up, bend it back down, and re-weld that. I need to invest in fire brick and some fire brick mortar, and I need to do a much better job. And so that's probably not going to get done. It'll probably be getting done last minute like every other thing, but that's in my plans. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I will have a video here sometime in the future, just comparing the 5 boils. I like to put a number on each pint from each boil, and that's just kind of fun to look at the color differences. But from what I see so far, there's not much difference. And so there you go, guys. Hope for more on this video, but it is what it is. We're pretty tired now. It's been less than 3 weeks, 5 boils, in excess of 500 gallons of sap, and probably getting close to 12 gallons of syrup. So I'm pretty pleased with all that. So you guys take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye now.